with another edition of Conversations and Connections. We're the official podcast of the Family Crisis Center of East Texas. I'm Stuart Burson, the prevention coordinator for the agency. With me today, a first time around the podcast, Noah Padgett. He is our legal advocate for the Family Crisis Center. And Noah, I appreciate you taking some time from your schedule to come over and doing this today.
Of course. It's a pleasure.
So I guess, one of the first questions I have, so many people, I think when we talk about the Family Crisis Center, they know, and I always tell people this whenever I talk about what I do as prevention, people know that we have the shelter, they know we have the thrift stores, and for a lot of the people in the public, that's really all they know about the Family Crisis Center. So what I'd like you to do as your title of as a legal advocate, I guess let's first of all just kind of explain what exactly a legal advocate does. What does that mean when you introduce people to you and you say I'm a legal advocate? Is there more than one, or are you our legal advocate, or is there one in? We're here in Nacogdoches, by the way, at the Nacogdoches office.
For Nacogdoches County, I am the legal advocate.
So what does a legal advocate do?
So, it's basically in the name right there. Legal advocate, I'm advocating for all of the clients that we get in any legal matters. I'm not a full-fledged attorney, so I can't do like everything that an attorney does. But, I can help them fill out a protection order application, which it has a possibility of a 2-year to a lifetime protection clause where they could be able to be protected by the state of Texas or even the county that they're in, allowing that some specific person to not be allowed anywhere near them.
Okay. So, we'll probably get into this. Do most of our clients require your services, like when they come to us for assistance? Do you feel that most of them will need the services of a legal advocate, or do some of them not need that? What do you think?
I would have to say that a lot of our clients that come in do need some legal advice or even advocacy, but many of them may not know exactly what I can do to help them out.
I guess, is it part of the process when somebody comes in then to seek our services, and they do what we call the intake, do they automatically schedule an appointment with you to do you ever fill them out to see if they need you or not, or is that an option for them?
Yeah, of course. So one of the main things that we'll do, we'll send out referrals. Say our intake specialist does them and they see that they need something in the legal area, or even if they have a slight idea, they can send them over to me or even have me come in that office and talk with them and get a little feeler and see if they need any help.
Okay, cool. So what is the situation? You kind of explained a little bit, I guess. Maybe we can expand on it some. A situation where a client would need your services. Now, you talked about help filling out protective orders, let's say, or something like that. One of the things I'm interested in is, will you go with them, when they have a court date for something? Will you accompany them to the court date?
Of course. I'll be right by their side throughout the entire legal process.
Okay. So, what are you there, I guess, just for moral support, or what would be your role there, during a court appearance?
More times than not, yeah. It is mainly just moral support because I can't be up in the gallery with the client only because I'm not a full-fledged attorney.
Okay.
In specific instances, we could be up there, but more times than not, it's just for the attorney and the client. Okay. And so I'll sit back in the back if they need me to smile at them or make a breathe in and then breathe out function, because sometimes they may sit up there and just hold their breath.
Sure. So filling out forms, like a protective order. What else would you do?
So there's a few other forms that we do as well. I'll help them fill out a Lone Star legal aid application.
Okay.
So basically what that is as well is that there is a group of lawyers and attorneys through the state of Texas that are helping out victims of violent crimes, and even not even violent crimes. They'll help them out with, family, medical, or even just simple civil suits. But it's all for free. You just have to fill out an application and get it, of course, approved.
Sure. Okay.
And there's also another one we do.
Yeah.
It's a crime victims compensation form. It's moved to mostly being online, but what it does is victims of violent crime in the state of Texas can receive compensation for things that they had gone through. So if you had to spend such and such amount of dollars at a doctor's visit, you could get reimbursed for that, or even gas for that matter.
Okay. And I guess it's important, though, you said that a lot of that is online now, but you can still help them, though, right? I mean, you can be sitting next to them in front of the computer while they're filling all that out to give them...
That's exactly how I do it more times than not.
Right, sure. Okay. Now, we've talked about the things that you do, things you can do. What is it as a legal advocate that you cannot do for, say, for a client?
Well, so I can't be their attorney. I can't write up specific orders, or I can't even place in subpoenas, because that would be the job of a full-fledged attorney, having to go through all of their law school and all of their classes.
Okay.
Another thing that I can't necessarily do is be there next to them in court, like I was talking about earlier, because that is reserved for their attorneys.
But you can sit in the... What do you call it?
Oh gosh,
I hate to say the audience, but the observation gallery, or the
observation area, basically,
where the public can come and sit and watch a trial. You can sit there.
Yeah, and I'll probably most likely be in that front row.
Give them the old thumbs up and, and all of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So how long have you been doing this now?
So I have been working with the Family Crisis Center for going on 6.5 months, and I've been in the legal field for about 3 years.
So what were you doing before you came here to the Crisis Center?
So before the Crisis Center, I was actually working fresh out of college with a lawyer's office somewhere in Lufkin. I was mainly just the front office assistant. I wasn't doing too much legal things, but it was at least getting me into the legal world, finding out how these documents work, figuring out how these orders work specifically.
Okay.
And it got me real interested in legal, and so I pursued a little bit more, and that's when I fell into the hands of the Family Crisis Center, and I've loved it ever since.
When did you decide to get into this field, let's say?
Well, it was actually a pretty spur-of-the-moment type thing. I remember I was in college. I came originally for law enforcement, like being a police officer. And then I took my first criminal procedures class, which is, of course, basically a legal class. And I aced it and fell in love with it. I had almost finished the entire textbook before the class had even began. I was just so enveloped in law and legal. And so that's what kind of got me into it.
So, college student... looking at law enforcement, what is your background? Where is college? Where did you go?
So I attended and graduated at Stephen F. Austin State University. I was a major in criminal justice with a specification in legal studies, as well as a minor in psychology. That's basically what I went to school. You want to know a little bit more about where I came up?
Well, sure.
All right.
Sure.
So I was originally born in Georgia. Moved to Texas about probably give or take 15 years. I could be wrong on that number, but 15 years ago, and stuck around ever since. Stayed in Austin for a good little bit for my high school and middle school times, and then found my way to Nacogdoches.
So you do have your degree in criminal justice.
I do.
You fell in love with the legal side of things and the court process and all of that. Do you have any ambitions to take this further? Have you ever thought about pursuing a law degree or anything?
I actually have, and as of recent, that's become more to the forefront of my mind than other things. Just because I've enjoyed doing. I've enjoyed doing what I've been doing with the Crisis Center for so long. And it's only been 6 months, but to me, it feels so much longer, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. Something tells me that if I'm liking just the basic advocacy aspects, I could probably love being a full-fledged lawyer.
Excellent. All right. Well, Noah, that's it was pretty quick and painless, I guess, right? No, I just really, I think it's just interesting to hear from some of the people that aren't necessarily maybe a counselor or work in the safe house, because we do so many things at the Crisis Center, and I just wanted to hear your side of being a legal advocate, because that's one of many of the services that we can provide our clients.
It's very true. I'm very, very happy to be here. It was a great time.
All right. Thanks, Noah. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Noah Padgett. He's our Nacogdoches County legal advocate. And if you feel like you need our services for anything, remember, we do have a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week hotline. That number is 1-800-828-7233. And also remember to subscribe to Conversations and Connections. You can do that via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or pretty much any podcast service of your choice. And remember, as always, be the voice, if not for you, for someone else.